We are extremely close to seeing the back of this transfer window, and I'm not going to lie, I would actually be quite glad to get past the final transfer window of this season whilst we're stuck in League One, because as we all know, I was very overly ambitious at the start of the year with the players I thought we could sign. It didn't exactly happen, we all know the story, and hopefully next season, if we are in a higher division, they will be the types of players that we actually can start bringing into the club. There is, however, one more person that I'm going to try. It was a recommendation from, I believe, episode 4, so 2 episodes ago. And, of course, the man who we actually did have in the previous career, Jonathan Lecco. I really don't know too much about him, which isn't great in terms of like rating on this game. I know he's going to be around a 60-something. Obviously, though, I don't know whether he's gone up or down. I still think he can play a striker, so that should help us out in our need for a pacey striker, as long as his stats haven't changed too much from last year. I'm pretty sure, like always, I'll be able to come to some sort of agreement. I won't show that to you guys. I'll just cut back as soon as the deal is done. And as soon as I say that, it can actually happen at all, because they're not interested in loaning out Jermaine Lecco. So the only way we can actually get him is maybe purchasing him. I'll give it a go, but again, we've only got about 800,000, so realistically, it's not going to happen. Of course, with that definitely 100% confirms that we will not be doing any transfer business, realistically, unless something magical happens within the next 10 hours. Someone offers us a ridiculous bid, but again, I don't think it's going to happen, so we'll get through this 10 hours. I will come back to you if something crops up, but I just have a feeling that nothing's going to. The only thing that actually has popped up is our scout report from our scout, Jordan Rose. This is what he's brought to us this month. Is there anybody that we probably will want to bring up to the club? Maybe, maybe not. Everyone seems to be up to about 90 at the moment, which is decent. Lance Davis is looking okay. He's already 17. Also Harvey Cooper, okay. They're okay. Nothing too much that I think I'm definitely going to bring up. So at the moment, these guys can all stay just being scouted. And that email obviously confirms that nothing did happen in the whole entire last 10 hours of the transfer window. We didn't sign anyone else, so I guess I will just reinvest that money back into the club and most likely into the youth team. I do, however, first of all have a little bit of a catch-up on our full-out youth squad, the Southend United youth squad. We have our players here. They've all been scouted for a decent amount of time, or at least we've been tracking them for a longer amount of time now. Isaac Lewis is still 15. I cannot wait till the day that we can call him up, because he's already a 62, and just look at the potential between 87 and 94. That's one of the highest I think I've ever seen on this game. Jonathan Robinson is looking decent. I could actually bring him up. His rating at the moment is quite poor. However, everybody else, Mason Cox, his rating is quite close, 75 and 81. Could be a player to potentially bring up. And also Liam Baker, a decent range, but again, his overall could actually be worked on, but I'm not looking to bring him up at the moment. We did actually have one more player that needed a new negotiation for their contract that I felt was definitely going to be staying at the club, and that was Ted Smith. Usually they go for 1-year deals, but in fact we have actually signed him up for another 2 years. I know he's only a 62, but he should be able to improve a little bit over time, and at the moment he doesn't mind too much about being the secondary keeper. Anyway though, after all of that, we have finally made it around to actually play the first game of the day. We're at home, it's against Bristol Rovers. I'm not actually aware at all where they are in the league. I can't remember, but I definitely know they're not in first place, so they could be anywhere else. I'm expecting that we probably should have had a goal by now, and we have on the stroke of half time. We will continue on, and a 1-0 victory is good enough for us. Sam Manton did score the goal in that last game, but he also got injured. Apparently he's out for around 9 days. That'll probably keep him out of one, maybe the next 2 matches, but I think we should have sufficient cover, so we'll probably be alright. Match day 2, and my last statements were actually completely incorrect, because Sam Manton has somehow made a magnificent recovery into the first team literally within a couple of days. I didn't check to see if he was low on stamina or anything, but he's playing, and as soon as I said that, Dimitri picks up an injury himself. We're in the 50th minute, we will skip, and that game actually ended up in a defeat. I don't know why I didn't actually play that match, because I'm pretty sure Charlton were the team at the top of the division. And I was completely right in saying that. I just got caught up in the moment, was completely unaware. That is my fault and my bad. Luckily enough, we are still in the playoffs. I think everything went wrong in that game. We obviously lost to Charlton, that was the main thing. Dimitri did pick up the injury, and he's out for 2 months. Luckily enough, Buomano can actually come up into the team, and this maybe could give me an option to bring up that other youth fullback, the right back. I can't remember his name right now, but maybe I could bring him up and maybe start training him up. Before we do roll on to this next match up against Portsmouth, as you can see right there, we've got that game tomorrow. These are the games that I want to try and get done in today's episode, all the way up to the end of March. If we could do that, that would be great. I've got my eyes on Blackpool and Scunthorpe. They are two teams that are currently above us in the league. So hopefully, if they are still above us by the time it gets to those games, I will be playing those two games. I say I'll be playing those games as if it's an advantage when I play. It might have been on the last game, but this year, it doesn't seem to have actually made a difference at all. And Bailey's already been sent off, but somehow Harry Lennon has scored. So we're taking a 1-0 lead into the 35th minute. We're going to skip on 40 as it goes to 1-0. And considering the situation, Lennon getting 2 as well, I'll take a draw. I think this could actually be one of our first away games of the episode altogether. From what I remember, everyone seems to be at home. That is not good at all. Smith Rowe injured in the first minute. We've had a history in the last few games now of picking up injuries, which isn't great. Luckily enough, he's actually still on. Coker scored. We're approaching half time. It's 1-0, 2-1, and turns out it is 3-2. Smith Rowe went off just after half time, so that is slightly worrying. Turns out we don't need to worry too much because Smith Rowe is actually only out for 3 days, and also the board doesn't think we're on track, which is a bit weird considering we are currently at an 85 rating. We've already done brand exposure, which has probably helped out a lot. We failed with the whole cup situation. We're kind of just on the edge of fighting for promotion, and we're definitely going to keep the salary growth under 20%, which is very good. So because of that, I'm surprised we are actually so high, but I'll take it anyway. Bailey's back, and with Smith Rowe being injured, I need to fill the spot for someone else on training. So I might actually give Mason Cox a couple of sessions, perhaps just to get him in that slot, or instead Buomino, because Dimitri is 31. He is actually going to be getting on, obviously, as we all know, getting older, probably get a little bit slower. So we'll chuck Buomino in for a bit, hopefully get him maybe up to a 65. He did do well. We got an A. It hasn't actually improved him at all. In fact, I don't really think it improved anyone. I'm pretty sure that this is the last game we're going to simulate before that double header. And I can't remember what teams. I know one of the teams is Scunthorpe. I think the other one is Blackpool, actually. So hopefully we can come out of this one with a victory. And I swear, every game I say something like that, we end up going behind or getting an injury. And then we have equalised. We're in the 45th minute. We'll skip on the 55th, which is now. And we lost. Not the greatest start. Not the greatest start for this run of games coming up right now. First up, we have got Blackpool, swiftly followed, literally within about 2 or 3 days, by Scunthorpe. And our team is full on fitness. We won't be for the second match, so we will probably have to rotate quite a lot. But I guess for this first match, I will go nearly full strength and then just see what happens after that. Theo Robinson is going to go on the bench. I was about to say start, to go on the bench instead of Simon Cox. Everyone else can stay there. I guess Buomino is in, as we all know Dimitri is injured. And the rest of the team, this is kind of the best we've got. So let's give it our best shot. Here we go. Come on, let's try and actually get some goals today. I swear, the last episode that we played, both the games, they both ended up being ball draws. And yeah, they weren't even like close. They were just boring. Nothing exciting happened at all. Here we go. That is nice. Through that gap. Through that gap. Smith Rowe. Oh, taken off of his feet. Smith Rowe with the finesse, Hopper with the assist. Boom. We take the lead. Yearwood to Robinson, who has just come on, in case any of you have noticed his bleach blonde hair. Buomino down the wing. We have a man back post, and that is way too close to the keeper for my liking. Oh, no, that was sloppy. Can't afford to be losing it there. Oh no. Oh, we're lucky. And there we have it. The first of the 2 tough games, and we've done one of them. That should take us up against or above Blackpool now, I think, or at least a lot closer. Next up though, I'm pretty sure it's Scunthorpe. It is most definitely Scunthorpe up next, and don't ask me how it's happened, but somehow our manager rating is on an 88 at the moment. I really don't see where that's coming from, because if you look at it on the outside, we've kind of failed so far. We're not actually fighting for promotion. Well, I guess we are. We're actually 4 points off, so we are. But then again, if you look at it from the outside, we did fail to reach our FA Cup target. So, 88, I'm not sure. You are probably wondering why we are looking at this whole situation right here and not the team selection. I accidentally pressed continue, so I was going to say we have the benefit of going for a lot of rotation today. We can take out our best players, rotate them, save them a bit because we've got another game in about 4 days after against Wimbledon. If we win this game, we'll be up above Scunthorpe, as you can see in the league table, which just happened to pop up magically there. We will be above them if we can win. And we are now playing our full strength team due to my error, so let's just see how it goes, and the game later on in the week is going to be an interesting one. Okay, Bailey, he was on a run and then he kind of tracked back a bit. However, we have got in. We can cross that and they just about cut that out. But we have Yearwood running in. Is that a penalty? Tell me that's in. Oh, it's a penalty in the area. That is fantastic. I must have been so close though. Not that I'm fussed. But anyway, let's just score this penalty first. Every time I go to the left, it seems to be saved. But luckily enough, they didn't move and we take the early lead. Oh, that's a relief. Come on, let's get there. Nope. Alright, good work, good work. I don't know how we got beaten so easily to the near post there, but still, it's fine. We still have a lead, and why did I say that? We no longer have a lead. 1-1. Here we go, come on. Okay, everyone seems to have backed off. Through that gap, McLaughlin with the shot. I thought that was in, honestly thought that was in. Okay, Simon Cox, this is the time. This is what I wanted. It's right at the end. This is going to be the last chance of the game. And I did that. And that is the end. Oh, given the situation, low on stamina, completely my fault. I guess I've got to take it, really. It's still a draw. They're up at the top of the table, roughly. So we should still be in the top 6, I hope. But it's just, it's just annoying. Looking back on it, it's pretty fair to say they were actually a better team than us. We were kind of up against it the whole time. The early penalty really did us well, but still, you know, I can be annoyed because we've kind of ruined our fitness altogether just by an accidental click of the button. That is the situation. Mantum is going to be really on his last legs for this next match. I will take a very quick look before we hop into it. I'm kind of scared, really. Okay, Mantum, he is low. He is low. But I'm hoping and wishing that maybe the extra bit of time towards the day has given him a little bit more rest. The rest of the team was bearable for this match. I think they're okay. We're just going to skip on 35. And yeah, they've proved me completely wrong. I was worried, but we've come out with a victory. They did get a red card, but still, we were already leading before that point anyway. And somehow I did forget to actually look at the league table, but it is looking very promising right now. What have we got? About 8 games left, and we have got a 6-point buffer up ahead on us. We have a couple more games today. That should take us up to around 40, and there is a bit of a gap now. Oxford are on 70 points. That's 2 clear victories that they are ahead of us now. It's not ideal, but still, if we can get the playoffs, that's very good. But I really do want to get promotion. Our manager rating's actually gone up even higher now. We're all the way up at a 90. That's nearly, if not definitely, the highest rating I've ever had, I think, on any of these career modes. I'm usually down around about 70 because I'm kind of doing completely average. But we're in this game against Peterborough. We're currently in the 45th minute. Still 0-0. We are completely full on fitness. I'm going to skip now. And a 1-1 draw is alright, I guess. Smith Rowe scored the penalty, so that kind of actually saved the draw altogether. Okay, I think I found the reason why I'm doing so well. It's the youth program. They said great work with the youth program. This is my assistant manager, I think from the board actually. And yeah, I think it's just because we completed that so early on and we've actually brought up more and more players who have all come flooding into the first team. I feel like they might ask more of that in the next few years, which could be a little bit of a problem because, you know, we can only bring a certain amount up per season and only a certain amount can actually ever make it into the first team. It's more likely at the moment because the rest of the team isn't that good, but as the whole entire team develops, we bring more people in, it might be a bit harder, but I'll take it at the moment. I will take the 90 rating. We're into our final match of the episode up against Shrewsbury. I didn't look where they were in the league. In fact, did we just play them or am I being silly? I think I'm being silly. Yearwood has scored the first goal. We're going to skip now. And that is that. We finished off that match 2-0. Where does that leave us in the league table? That is the real question. Still in 6th. That seems to be our place at the moment. Still 4 points behind. I guess everybody collected a victory on that one. And we're still 6 points behind Oxford. 6 games left. That will be done in the next episode. We may well even have playoffs in the next episode, or we may well just be straight up promoted. That is very exciting. 8 points clear, so it's more or less a certainty now, which is just insane. We may as well finish off today's episode with a training session. Why not? That'll be that. Then we will be done. And Bailey, just to top it off, has gone up to a 71. He's been insane this year. I don't know why I'm going on a reflective stage, because we're not over yet. We still have the one more episode. However, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like on it. Leave anything down in the comment section down below, because more or less in the next couple of episodes we are going to be signing new players. Just to assume I'm going to be in the Championship. I don't know. We'll do some players I should sign if I'm in the Championship, and then some if I'm in League One. Let me know down below. I always read through all of them, and I always do take note and actually probably end up signing them as well. Just like Jermaine Lecco today. There was a comment, it didn't work out, so we just kind of moved on. But next season, he could well be at the club. Enough of me rambling on though. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, stay subscribed, and I will see you guys on the next video.